What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I had the baby and everything's pretty much been going good. I'm going to give y'all a labor and delivery video. Y'all also have to let me know what else y'all would like to see. But yes, I had the baby and she's so beautiful. The thing that I just pressed y'all is a heart monitor because I haven't been able to breathe right, and as y'all can see, it's raining. I have a doctor's appointment that I have to go to from having a baby, and that's what we're doing today. And I hate to have her out here in this weather, and I got here a little early just because I did have to prepare both of us. But I do have the heat on. It's warm in here, and it shouldn't be long until we're going inside. So I just wanted to give y'all this quick video. My hospital visit was like horrible. I gave birth at this hospital right here, MedStar Southern Maryland in Clinton. If you're in the DMV, then you know this hospital. You would think that it would not have been as bad as it was, but I guess they were short-staffed. It was just a lot. Like, it was crazy. I was in labor for almost 48 hours. She was born at 6:52 p.m. on January 21st. And she was born 6 pounds, 15.2 ounces. She was a really small baby. When I first got there, I was by myself for a long time until her dad got there. And when he got there, they were giving me the epidural. My labor started at home. I was having contractions, and when I got to the hospital, they said I was 3 centimeters, and that if it didn't open, if my cervix didn't open anymore, they would either keep me overnight and watch it or just admit me to labor and delivery, which in a few hours it ended up being at 4 or 5 centimeters. Yeah, so they gave me the epidural, and when I first got it, I was numb from my stomach on down. Now, when it started wearing off, all the epidural went into my left leg, and I could feel everything. I felt all my contractions. I felt her come out. I felt the burning, the stinging. I have a second degree tear. However, I didn't feel when the doctor was stitching me up, which is crazy, but I felt everything else. But yeah, my epidural wore off, and it just didn't work. It was crazy, but my left leg was like dead, like numb. And I was so scared to get the epidural because, you know, of the whole, if they do it wrong, you get paralyzed or whatever. So I thank God that didn't happen. I felt neglected the whole time I was there. Like, they kept pushing me to the side when I first got there. And even in the delivery room, I had people who were acting like they didn't know what they were doing. I kind of almost passed out, and the nurse asked her dad, did I look fine to him or something like that? And he was just like, what do you mean? Like, this is your job. You should know if your patient doesn't look fine or not. Then she started asking me, like, can you see how many fingers I'm holding up, da-da-da. I remember all of that. But yeah, so I had people in the delivery room who were acting like they didn't know what they were doing. Then I guess the doctor who was there, they only had one doctor there apparently after hours of me being there. I had seen my doctor, and the person who delivered my baby wasn't even my delivery doctor. So I don't really know how that works, because I've been seeing different people from my OB gynecologist, because she's not a delivery doctor. So the other doctors that I was seeing, you know, for my clinical visits were the people who were supposed to deliver my baby. So I was kind of confused on that, because I didn't even know who the lady was. Anyway, they told me, I started feeling like I had to push, and I couldn't hold it in. Like, my body was literally pushing on its own. I could not stop the contractions. Like, they were so strong and so bad, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. So the nurse is like, the doctor doesn't want you to push until she's done with her C-section. And I'm like, how am I supposed to stop my body from pushing? Like, that's crazy. And so she went to go see if it was okay that I kept pushing. They checked my cervix and everything. Really, a little before that, they were saying I was 7 centimeters, and then they came back and was like, I'm not. They said I was 9 centimeters. They came back and said I was 7 centimeters and that my cervix was just swollen. So they thought I was 9 centimeters. Then a little while after, they came back and said I was 9 centimeters, and that's when I went ahead and started pushing. Now, the nurse that was in there, I started pushing with her, and then the doctor came in a little while after that. And it took about, I can't even tell you how many pushes because I did them in like parts. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 push, and that was like 3 times, and then take a break and then redo it again. So yeah, I was in there for a while. And with the epidural, they gave me a stronger dose, which was in a shot, so they had to keep coming back and bringing it to me. But that only happened like 2 or 3 times, and it kind of helped with the contractions, but it didn't last long. And yeah, I did have the button, but even with me trying to pump more epidural inside my body, it just wasn't working. All the medicine was just like my body was just like, no medicine for you, no, I don't know. It just wasn't strong enough. When it was over, we then stayed in the hospital for an extra day or 2 because they wanted to monitor me. They're supposed to take blood from me. They were supposed to check to see if, you know, my blood pressure was going to drop or rise or whatever. And it was kind of scary because they were monitoring her to make sure that she wasn't, you know, they were supposed to. Now, I was getting so frustrated because we had nurses who weren't coming in the room, coming to check on us, you know, making sure we have what we need. There were like 2 nurses who were really good, and I didn't get good, you know, customer service until like 2 a.m. the day of that we were going to leave. So it was just a mess. We ordered food, and 'cause the hospital has food, like a cafe or whatever. We couldn't leave in or out, no visitors, of course, because of COVID. But I ordered food, and what happened was they didn't answer, so I left a voicemail because on the machine it says if you call and I don't answer, leave a message, it gets checked every 30 minutes. So hours go by, and I'm like, okay, I ordered, what's going on with it? They're like, it's coming. Then by like 10:30 I call, and they're like, oh no, we didn't get your order. I was like thrown off because I'm like, okay, nobody called this, and then I ordered lunch. So with lunch, I called again, let the lady know, and she was like, okay, I'm putting it in now. So hours go back again. A different person answered the phone. I'm like, I placed the order for lunch, She was like, oh, that order didn't go through because we didn't have she forgot your room number, and we didn't have your order. I don't remember what it was that she said you got. And I was like, how do you not have the room number if when you call, whoever calls from their room, it pops up on the phone? At that point, I was just like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. If you put it in, you put it in. You don't, you don't. And then they have the nerve to give us a receipt. Her dad balled it up and threw it away. And I would have did the same thing because who's paying for that after we just had the worst service? Y'all not trying to give us our food. Like, no, ma'am. And it was okay. Like, it was enough to, you know, put something in our bodies. But it wasn't even all that to be, you know, for all that we had went through. We were ready to go. It was just a lot. Like, they were taking forever to come to the room, and of course, you know, they hit us with the short staff, this, that, and the third, whatever. But the whole experience was just terrible. Like, if I ever had a baby again, I would not give birth at this hospital, and I don't recommend anybody else give birth at this hospital. I actually wanted to have a home water birth, but of course that didn't happen because just my anxiety was just like, you know, what if something did happen? And thank God I did go to the hospital because it was certain sides that she would be in my stomach that they were monitoring, and her heart rate would drop. And they would say, you know, she doesn't like that side. And so when I would move my body to another side, her heart rate would pick back up and be normal. And that was giving me anxiety the whole time. And, you know, postpartum and all of that, my hormones, it was just really emotional, really stressful, because I'm like, is my baby okay? Am I okay? Nobody's checking on us. Nobody's doing their job. Like, they weren't doing their job, and it was throwing me off. It was just like so worried, and it was just a lot. It was overwhelming, especially as a new mom, because you're thinking people are going to, you know, care for you and all this other stuff. But it did not go that way. And you know, I think I'm really happy that I had the support that I had from her dad and my mom and my grandmother, because before they told me that it could be 2 people in the room. Then the day of, they changed it and was like only 1 person in the room. And so my mom was really upset about that. I was thrown off because I'm like, y'all telling me this last minute, you know? And yeah, I just thank God, because they sat outside and waited for a while until he came. Because if 1 person comes in, they have to stay, and they can't go back out, and people can't swap. So whoever was there was gonna have to be there, and her dad was on his way, so they just stayed outside just in case anything happened. And everybody was telling me, you know, you should have been more aggressive. But I'm just like, I should have, but at the same time, I didn't want to be aggressive with people. And, you know, they're supposed to be taking care of you, and you in pain, and it's only but so much you can do. The contractions were bearable up until, I think, 4 centimeters. That's when I started to and oh my gosh, making all this noise. But yeah, overall experience 0 out of 10. Herself coming out of me and everything, 10 out of 10. Like, I would choose her and do it again each and every time if I had to. And yeah, that's that. So if y'all have any questions, just in case I missed anything, let me know in the comments. You know, leave y'all comments, concerns. Let me know what y'all want to see next. She's in the back right now. So yeah, we're prepared to go in here, and this is pretty much gonna be our day for today until later when we have to leave back out. But it's almost time for me to go in. I came a little early, y'all. My appointment is at 1:40, and I got here at 12 something. But I'm gonna go in early just because I have her, and they may be able to see me early. That's pretty much it. The doctor herself, she was really nice. I didn't have a bad doctor. I was there, I came in on Thursday, had her Friday, and we left on Sunday or Saturday. Yeah. Went in Thursday, had her Friday, and we left either Saturday or Sunday. And I believe it was Sunday. But, you know, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I'm gonna do a video on what to bring to the hospital and what not to bring to the hospital, because there is like, they did come through with some stuff, and I feel like there was stuff that I didn't need to pack. But you know, it's always a just in case situation. I always pack just in case. And yes, I'm gonna do a video on that, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure you like this video and share it with anybody, your friends, your family, new mommies. And I'm right on cue, because there she go. But yes, like this video, and I will see y'all in the next video.